Note to learner: this video provides content that will be hosted on the Ginnie Mae LMS in the near future. In this video, you will not be able to interact with screen content to include selecting pop-ups, launching resource hyperlinks, and answering knowledge check questions. Nonetheless, you will be presented with all of the content presented in the interactive e-learning training. Though the audio narration may request that you select items or buttons on the screen, please pause the video to read the content and then select play to continue with the video. When the video advances to a knowledge check, please pause the video and try to answer the question in your head. Select play to see the correct answer or answers to the question.
Welcome to the External User e-learning training for Ginnie Mae Central's Insurance module. The aim of this training is to provide an in-depth understanding of the insurance submission and review process. This includes the life cycle of a review, key documentation, and the personnel involved. We will also delve into the various insurance statuses. The system will create insurance reviews automatically based on insurance coverage compliance factors such as expiration date and coverage level. Issuers may manually create an insurance review to submit their insurance information to Ginnie Mae if a new policy is acquired. Ginnie Mae may manually create ad hoc reviews on any issuer if needed. Issuers will be notified via email once an insurance review is created on them. Issuers who participate in insurance reviews must coordinate with their organization admins to maintain My Ginnie Mae roles for all users who will participate in the review. Here is an overview of the Insurance Review Lifecycle. The insurance lifecycle contains 5 phases, from pending to complete. This e-learning will cover each phase in depth. Throughout this training, you will see demonstrations on how each action is performed in the application.
Now try this knowledge check. Now try this knowledge check.
The first phase of the insurance review lifecycle is the pending phase. You've reached this milestone when an insurance review has been created. The main actions in this milestone include: basic user submits insurance policies, and basic user submits fidelity bond cap, if applicable. Authorized signer may add or remove users to the review. Helpful tip: basic users will only be able to add or remove themselves. Authorized signers will be able to add or remove any user in their organization. Quick reference cards were created to provide a step-by-step visual aid for these key actions. Add or remove user. Authorized signers may add or remove users from the review. Let's see this in action in the insurance module. I am logged in as an authorized signer. From here, I will select into the insurance submission card. I will then select the Users tab. I may then select Add Users in the top right of the screen. From here, I will indicate which type of user I would like to add. Once I've selected the user, I will select Add Users. Users may also be removed from reviews by selecting Remove Users. Submit insurance policy. Basic users may submit insurance policy information. Let's see this in action in the insurance module. I am logged in as a basic user. To submit policy information, I must select into the current submission information card. I must then select the Policies tab. To add an insurance policy, I must select Add New Policy. I will upload the insurance policy document. I must indicate the policy page numbers where the MBS Guide chapter requirements are met. I must indicate whether there is a waiver associated with this policy. If yes, I must provide the waiver document and comment. I must enter in the policy number. As well as the coverage amount. And the deductible. Using the drop-down, I will select the insurance type, as well as the coverage start date and end date. I will then select a carrier. If the carrier is not found on the drop-down list, you may select Other and insert the name of the carrier. You must indicate whether this is a captive carrier, as well as the AM Best rating. Once all required fields, indicated by an asterisk, are filled out, you may select Add Policy Information. Add Fidelity Bond Cap. Basic users may add a fidelity bond cap if applicable. Let's see this in action in the insurance module. I am logged in as a basic user. To add a fidelity bond cap, I must select into the current submission information card. From here, I may select Fidelity Bond Caps tab. To add a fidelity bond cap, select Add New Fidelity Bond Cap. I must enter the cap amount, the issue date, as well as the expiration date and an upload of the cap document. Once all required fields are complete, I may select Add Cap. Once all policy information is submitted, I must send the information to my organization's authorized signer for certification. To do this, on the Summary tab of the Insurance Review, select Send for Certification. The system will highlight any non-compliance before delivering to my organization's authorized signer for certification. If the policy information that I have submitted fails to meet the minimum required coverage levels of Ginnie Mae, I must provide a justification as to why the coverage is below the minimum. Once I confirm that the insurance policies added to this review are complete, accurate, and ready to be sent to my issuer's designated authorized signers, I may select Send for Certification. The next phase of the insurance review lifecycle is the Ready for Certification phase. You've reached this milestone when the basic user sends the insurance policy to the authorized signers for certification. The main actions in this milestone include authorized signer certifying to an insurance policy. Quick reference cards were created to provide a step-by-step visual aid for these key actions. Certify to insurance submission and deliver to Ginnie Mae. Helpful tip: authorized signers will be required to use an RSA token to complete certification. Let's see this in action in the insurance module. I am logged in as an authorized signer. I will see a task on the insurance module homepage titled Certify Insurance Submission. I must click into the task to certify. Once I have accepted the task, I can view the insurance submission information submitted by a basic user of my organization by selecting this link. From here, I will navigate to the Policies tab and view the policy information. Once I have reviewed all insurance information, I must read the certification language provided by Ginnie Mae. Once ready, I may select Sign and select Certify Submission. I will be prompted with a confirmation message. After proceeding, I will need to authenticate via RSA token secure ID to finalize certification. I must now open the RSA Secure ID Authenticate app, whether that be on my desktop computer or my mobile device. I must then enter the 8-digit number that displays on the screen. The fourth phase of the insurance review lifecycle is the certified phase. You've reached this milestone when the authorized signer completes the certification task and the insurance submission is delivered to Ginnie Mae. The main actions in this milestone include the insurance submission is completed. There are no further actions required from the issuer. If Ginnie Mae, upon review of the insurance submission, deems that corrections are required, the insurance review will move to the corrections phase. You've reached this milestone when a basic user submits insurance policies to the authorized signer, who then certifies and delivers the policy information to Ginnie Mae. Ginnie Mae then reviews and submits a corrections request back to the issuer. The main actions in this milestone include basic user editing the insurance policy based on the corrections request details. Authorized signer must then certify to the insurance policy and redeliver it to Ginnie Mae. Helpful tip: this tab will only become visible if Ginnie Mae submits a corrections request. Quick reference cards were created to provide a step-by-step visual aid for these key actions. Completing corrections request. Issuers' basic users may complete the corrections request and resubmit policy information to Ginnie Mae. Let's see this in action in the insurance module. I am logged in as an issuer's basic user. I will select into the current submission information card. As you can see, the review is currently in the corrections phase. To respond to corrections request, I must select the Corrections Request tab. On this screen, I can see the details of the corrections request submitted by Ginnie Mae. To edit the insurance policy, I must go back to the Policies tab, select into the policy that I initially submitted, and select Edit Policy. From here, I must edit the policy based on the corrections request details submitted by Ginnie Mae. Once edits have been made, I may select Update Policy Information. From here, I will send it for certification so my authorized signer can certify and deliver the updated policy to Ginnie Mae. The fifth phase of the insurance lifecycle is the complete phase. You've reached this milestone when a reviewer is assigned to the insurance review. The main actions in this milestone include the reviewer completing the insurance review. Helpful tip: issuers will be notified via email of any non-compliance. There is no action for the issuer during this phase. The action is on the review team.
Now try this knowledge check. Now try this knowledge check.
The goal of this training was to offer a comprehensive overview of the insurance review process. You've explored the insurance review lifecycle, examining the requirements and outputs for each phase. Additionally, you've seen how these actions are performed in the insurance module to drive a Ginnie Mae insurance review from start to finish. Should you need help or assistance related to your insurance review, submit an inquiry to askginniemay@hud.gov or explore self-service resources such as quick reference cards, user manuals available on Ginnie Mae's website.